Hi and welcome to another video. It is Friday the 7th of April 2017. This is my second day back after coming back from London, and it's another positive day. Let's bring over the market analyzer. $106.32. This was in one trade on the 6A, the Australian versus US dollar futures forex pair. I did miss another trade, and we'll cover that in a second, but let's just talk about this one and then move on to something more universal, a topic which I'd like to discuss. So this one, if you've looked at my other video, you will notice straight away that this is a momentum reversal type thing, but that's in the back of my mind. Obviously I could see that, but that wasn't the only reason why I entered the trade. It was via my methodology, the golden mean, which I've detailed in another video. So this particular forex futures pair seems to stop me out to the tick. So I entered 2 ticks lower than where I should have entered, which was right about here, 14. So I entered at 512, and that was the low of that period of time. As you can see, the low between sort of 9:45 in the morning until the eventual pop at 2:35 into the news. So I got long there, 512. My target was 523, and that's what I got, 1.83333 recurring risk to reward, or reward to risk. So because I've also allowed one more tick, so where it would normally be 5 ticks, it's 6 ticks. So that's the reason for the lower than 2-hour return here. And I did exit into news. Actually, I forgot that there was news. I was so fixated on the price, and the only way I got out, I was a bit lucky, to be honest with you, because I should have got out for a little less than my target, because I don't want to hold into non-farm payrolls. But I was looking over to the left at the market analyzer on the screen left of the one you see here, and I could see some strange activity on the other pairs and on this index, on the YM, and I could see spreads opening up and the yellow blinking around, and then I thought, damn, I'm holding into news. So I quickly got out, literally 5-10 seconds into the news before the pop. And of course, if I had held on a little longer, I could have made much more, but that's not the point. I should have been out sooner. So that was that. And then 6B, this was the miss of the day. I was supposed to be long from 438. I hesitated from here, where I've got the global crosshair, and I would have taken it off for 7 ticks or 0.7R return. Because there was some news here at 2 o'clock, news for the Great British Pound. And then I did, when it came back down to my entry point, I did look to get in again here, but it was a little bit too close to the 2 o'clock news event. So when after like 2 minutes had passed, I put the order on, and it only got as low as 440 after that, and then went off to my 455 target here. Again, it went higher into the news, but that's not the point. I probably would have taken 12 ticks for my 10 ticks risk, or 1.2R on that trade, had I have got in the second time around. But I didn't get the 7 ticks, and I didn't get the 12 on that one. And then 6C, I was using 6C in conjunction with 6A to get sentiment on how strong 6A was, but I wouldn't have traded it. I was looking for this to go up, but there was no entry for me there. And then YM, there was a short up here, but it would have been a preemptive short, so I passed on this one, and that one worked as well, but it didn't have a candlestick combination, and I was a little bit late to the entry. It's not that I passed on it, I got there a little too late when it was sort of trading at 19, and I needed to get in at 624. So that was the day, really. One trade, one and done, and that was that. But what I wanted to talk about briefly was meditation. Specifically speaking, meditation shift. I'll link to it in the description box below. It's a really fantastic program for anyone who's new to meditation or would like to start a meditation practice. And I would highly, highly recommend looking into it. It was, the last time I checked, it was only about $29 to buy. And it's like a 40-page manual. It should take about an hour, hour and a half to read, but the lessons will affect your life if you put them into action, I believe. It certainly did for me. And I was new to meditation at the time. And what I wanted to talk about specifically today was expectations, because I don't know why, but a little incident I had with my sister popped into my mind today, and it sort of reinforced the concept that we would do far better. The quality of our lives will increase the more we place the emphasis on what we expect of ourselves as opposed to what we expect from others. And others can mean other people, or it can just mean our external environment, be it the market or a situation involving people, or even like nature, the weather, and so on and so forth. Because when we expect, for example, the weather to be nice and it's not nice, what happens? We get miserable. If we expect someone, such as my sister, to have respect for us based on the way they've behaved in the past and they behave differently, it's going to cause a negative emotion, because if an expectation isn't met, then you experience disappointment, and disappointment can lead to fear and anger and other negative emotions. So my point is, if we increase the expectation we have of our actions, at least we're going to be able to, it's within our power to control what we do. So expecting something of yourself is far more productive, because you can actually do something about it, rather than expecting things from your environment. Because like a broken clock, it will be right twice a day, but more often than not, your expectations of others aren't going to be in sync, aren't going to align with the actual reality of what other people do. So, that was just my little thought for today, and something that I think I could probably always work on, but that I'm actually improving on. So I'm demanding less and less of other people. And, that doesn't mean we can't express what makes us happy or what makes us sad, but I think if we sit around waiting for others to do something to make us happy, or expecting others to do something to make us happy, including the market, then we're starting off on the wrong foot. So as it relates to trading specifically, and what I was talking about yesterday regarding a day's wage, it's far more productive to look to take 5 pips out of any given market consistently, day after day. Of course, you will lose sometime, and you're not going to get that every day, but lower the expectation of what you want to get materialistically from the market, and then really ramp up the expectation you have of yourself in terms of execution. Leave the onus on you and your behavior, because that's what you can control, and kind of leave what you can't control to fall by the wayside and not affect your emotions too much. So that's my little piece for today. Like this video if you got something out of it and that message, and don't forget to subscribe and all that good stuff if you want to keep up with the journey. And as always, follow your rules and stick to your trading plan. See you all next time.